Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome to this live stream. Hey, you guys, how you doing? How y'all doing out there? Can y'all hear me? Everything turn on, mic not muted. Are you talking about what you said to Johnny? Yeah, I'm talking about the Johnny tweet. What I said to Johnny Two Cellos. A lot of people are curious about what the title is about. Johnny Two Cellos on Twitter said something. I disagreed with him. Toonrific Tariq disagreed with my disagreement of him, and it got into a whole thing. Of course, both of their audiences are much bigger than mine, so especially on Twitter. On Twitter, it's like a tsunami came and hit me, so I got ratioed, but you know, it happens. I was kind of going to go more into detail about it and talk about it, but the original tweet that we got into a tiff over got deleted. So, like, there's not much context. But if you're not following me on Twitter, you're missing all the excitement. Honestly, I don't normally get into, like, too much drama stuff. I don't even know if I even call that drama. It's more just a disagreement on Twitter. I do get into a lot of, opinion debates on Twitter, but usually not with, like, those two. Although Johnny does say a lot of stuff on Twitter that I disagree with. But, you know, I say all the time, like, I look at people as creators. So, and what they do outside as creators, I don't really care too much about. So, I mean, for those of you who are curious, it was the original tweet was somebody who had a picture of the new design in Velma, because Velma just came out, and there's a new design for a character from Scooby-Doo. Everybody is upset about it. And the original tweet said, "I don't feel bad when these people lose their jobs." And they said, "This is why I don't feel bad when these people lose their jobs." Johnny got mad at that tweet, and I completely disagreed with Johnny's tweet. And Toonrific Tariq completely disagreed with my disagreement of Johnny's tweet. And it was a whole thing. But yeah, that happened. How you guys doing? You got any questions you're gonna do? It's gonna be like a usual stream where I just chat with you guys, probably play some video games. We can always do the classic PowerWash. I was thinking about doing something else instead, but I'm gonna be answering questions in chat. If you want to guarantee that I answer your questions, because I do tend to miss questions, you can super chat me. You can also do that if you just want to support the channel. Speaking of which, Joshua, go for it. Thank you very much. It's okay, Shady. We know you're right. Yes, I am right. Center right, to be exact. But obviously, I think I'm right. Yeah, like I would say, if you got questions, go ahead and ask them. That's what my streams are basically for me to chat with you guys. By the way, it is kind of hot in here, so if I get sweaty, like I just turned on the AC, but I still don't feel it. I probably should have turned it on lower. So if I get sweaty, that's what that is. And freaking spring has invited all the flies in the universe to my office. It's very annoying. I've been trying to get rid of them. I've had fly catchers up for days, but I might have to buy some more because they're just not working. Any more Kingdom Hearts soon? Yeah, there will be another Kingdom Hearts video coming out today. In about 2.5 hours, there'll be another Kingdom Hearts video. I do the Kingdom Hearts videos in for those of you who don't know, I do have a second channel where I play video games. There's a link in the description of all my videos, and there is if you can't find it there, you can go to my channel and just scroll to the recommended channels. It's there. Tepig, thank you very much for the donation. Just a like. I guess YouTube doesn't let you say anything depending on the donation, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. I recommend Lego Monkey Kid and Ninjago. They're great. That's another thing I should probably talk about. I talked about it before, but you know, not everybody catches every live stream. So I do plan on like creating days where I just binge watch stuff, because a lot of people keep recommending me a lot of stuff. And I got to sit down and watch them all. But in order to do that and fully enjoy myself, I need junk food. And right now I'm on weight loss, so I can't just eat junk food like I want. So a lot of stuff isn't getting reviewed like I want it to. But in regards to reviews, I've got like 2 or 3 scripts that are done pretty much. Well, one's of the rough draft phase. That's the one that was supposed to come out this week, but I didn't finish it. I got a final draft, that one. That should be done next week. The rough draft part of the script is usually the part that takes the longest. Once the script is recorded, it just flows. But I do have to still do the final draft of the script, the videos that's supposed to come out next week. And then I've got 2 other videos that are mostly done, or 2 other scripts that are mostly done. And I'll be getting to that. Azahot the Third, thank you very much. With everything going on these days, it's no wonder why everyone is terrified of Twitter. Twitter! There's the fly. I wouldn't say I'm like terrified of it, but like I've always said, like if you delete Twitter, that's a good idea. The reason like I haven't deleted it is because it is potentially a source of revenue ever since Elon did the monetization thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm on Twitter all the time anyway, so I might as well see if I can do something with that. And my Twitter recently has just increased exponentially. Like it's still not to the point where it's monetizable, but it's increasing. So it is a potential way I could do something like that. And I would really rather not have all my eggs in the YouTube basket, which is how I am right now. So I do need to look for ways to branch out and expand myself. Wizard First Rule 57. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. Okay. If I want to have a bad day, I'm going to do it. To Terrence Bernard, thank you. It's no different being happy when a crappy fast food shuts down. We don't have grunts in the crappy decision makers, ESP, Zaslav, and many in this case. Yeah, I went through this whole thing on Twitter, like, because if you go back far enough, you'll find videos of me saying, hey, you shouldn't be telling people that they should lose their job. And I still stand by that. But the context of me saying it back then was like, over a political opinion or something. Someone losing their job because they're bad at their job, that's reality. That's reality. And saying like you don't feel bad for someone who you think is bad at their job losing their job, to me that's just a statement. It's normal thinking. That's why I was a little upset when not even a little, I was pretty upset when Johnny said he found it as derangement. I'm like, they're just saying their opinion. They're just critiquing the show. They're just saying it in a not nice way. But he was like, this is deranged behavior. You need to not be obsessed with fiction and online hate mobs. I'm like, this tweet in no way insinuates that. Hey, Shady, what's the time over in America? Well, there's like 4 or 5 different time zones in America. I believe more if you count Alaska. Christian Johnson, thank you very much. Yeah, that's a fact. Totally not a fact. What's up? First time viewing the live stream, but I love your work. Thank you very much. What's up is my height. That is what's up. First time viewing the live stream. This is just a place where I chill and hang out with you guys. I let you guys ask questions because a lot of people do want to talk to creators, and I try to give you guys that opportunity to do that. To talk to me, to recommend stuff to me, to ask me questions. I love it when the creators I watch do that kind of stuff. So, I try to provide that opportunity to the intellectuals. We need to talk about the Disney pilots and pitch Bible leaks. Never heard of that. Someone losing their job because they're constantly antagonizing the customer base isn't sad, it's expected. Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt. When I was reading the replies to that tweet, not just from Johnny and Tariq's people, but from like just people all over who were disagreeing with the tweet, there was this notion that he was specifically talking to the artists because he was criticizing the character design. Even though if you've been paying attention to the conversation that's been going on about media in general, there's a lot of people who are frustrated with Western media and how people are approaching Western media. The tweet in itself didn't specify the artist, but even if they did, like that wouldn't necessarily make it right or wrong. But they didn't specify the artist, but because a lot of people thought they were talking about artists, a lot of people were very sympathetic to the artist over what the person said. I don't necessarily think that makes it right or wrong, like I said, but I think that's a part of it. Because when you talk about jobs that aren't artists, it seems to make more sense to people. Well, no, I shouldn't say to people. I think people should think about it outside of artistry, and then it will make more sense. That's what I should say. Guildsman Pirate, hashtag vote pirate. Thank you very much. I know you probably won't touch OG Pokemon. Why would you? But I saw Pokemon the first movie again, the one with Mewtwo, and couldn't escape the thought of how good your review would be. Anime is a beast. First of all, wouldn't touch OG Pokemon. It's funny because I was obsessed with the first generation of Pokemon. I was highly obsessed, which is why the first generation of Pokemon was the only Pokemon I interacted with, because my parents didn't like how obsessed I was with it and they shut it down. But especially the Pokemon show. I was obsessed with everything Pokemon, but especially the Pokemon show. Anime is something I tend not to touch because copyright is already difficult to deal with, and anime copyright is even harder. Like, they just don't care about fair use. And also I would have to get back into anime, but I could possibly, like, in the distant future, see me covering something from Pokemon. Gunblade Knight, thank you very much. You know they would be celebrating if Louder with Crowder Collapse went out of business, even though it would affect many people. I mean, regardless if, you could claim hypocrisy based on politics or whatnot. I think that's a ingenerous view to look at it. Whether I believe it or not, I think it wouldn't be generous to put that view on them. My point is, if you celebrate somebody, well, the person wasn't even celebrating. They were saying they don't feel bad about it, which celebrating is another tier, which I don't think is necessarily bad, but it's another tier. People kept saying they were celebrating because it sounded worse. But if you don't feel bad for somebody who loses their job, who is consistently bad at that job, that is a normal mentality to have. That is not psychotic. That is the one time a person really should be losing their job. I go so far as to say that I agreed with the tweet. Like, I agree. Like, I don't feel bad about the people the people in the media industry going through this crisis right now, because a lot of media is not good. A lot of media is not good right now, and these people are proud that it's not good. Of course, you can't speak for everyone. There's probably some poor animator who doesn't want to make this content, but they have no choice. You obviously can't speak for everyone. But making a general statement like that, I don't see it as deranged at all. YouTube is censoring my comments. I feel like that's not true. Thank you very much. Given all the recent protests happening on college campuses and DC, is there any cartoon that summarizes when to protest in a productive way? I feel like no one is having a nuanced convo on Pro. Feels like that didn't get to finish. Maybe they are censoring your comment. There's not one I could think of off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure if I sat down and thought about it, I could probably find some. The immediate cartoon I think of when it comes to protests is Ed, Edd n Eddy, but that's not a good example. That's just because I watch so much Ed, Edd n Eddy. It's the first one that comes to my head. Gunthrock the Undying, thank you very much. Atla reviews when? Atla reviews. I have an Atla script done. I do. The problem I have with Atla is that even though I'm passionate about Atla itself, there are episodes that I'm not passionate to talk about. Like, they're just there, and the reviews themselves don't get that many views. So it's hard for my brain to justify making a video I kind of sort of don't care to make and that people kind of sort of don't care to see. I know the Atla reviews have their fans, especially nowadays where, the live action is out now and a lot of people are talking about Atla. There are episodes I do want to talk about, but I have to get to those episodes, and in order to get to those episodes, I have to go through the ones that I don't necessarily care to talk about too much. Like, if we were just sitting down having a conversation about Atla, I can talk about it all day, but when it's like in a scripted manner, I have to think and formulate my opinions in proper ways. And also the Atla videos, I don't review most of my reviews aren't like that anymore. Because I used to talk about things in general all the time. Now my reviews are scene by scene. So the Atla videos kind of feel like I'm doing something wrong whenever I make them. I've been debating on whether or not I should just review the episodes scene by scene from this point forward. But I kind of don't want to, and I kind of do want to. So I can tell you right now, I do have an Atla script done. I would just have to sit down, record, and edit it. It wouldn't take long at all. But I would probably release that immediately after either a really popular video or like in the middle of the week or something. Because I don't want that video to take away from other potential videos that people want. Because there's a lot of videos that people are requesting en masse. Namu Zed, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you very much. Really like the Fillmore vid. Some really crazy episodes in that series. Sadly, cartoonrific and Johnny tend to have a little too much modern politics on the brain. I mean, your politics comes out in what you say. I'm guilty of that. I try not to let it isolate my audience. I do try to do that because, everybody, I pretty much have the reputation of known of being the center-right cartoon reviewer because most cartoon reviewers are left-leaning. But I do try to tell my left-leaning audience, hey, if you're left-leaning, you're still welcome on this channel. You can still participate and disagree with me and whatnot. My goal is not to isolate anyone in my audience, but of course, I have my opinions on things, and they're going to come out, which is why I used to, back in the day, I used to try to stay far away from politics stuff because they always overtake the conversation. I remember a lot of people wanted me to do a video about Diane not having a kid from BoJack Horseman, and I was like, that's gonna completely take over any conversation on the channel, and I don't even feel like talking about it, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. How often do people disagree in your video comments? I mean, the majority of any audience is going to be pro you unless you are intentionally antagonizing your audience. So it's not the majority, but you do notice the negative comments a lot. The negative comments always stand out to you. People disagree with my content all the time. They used to do it way more back in the BoJack Horseman days because BoJack Horseman is a left-leaning show, and I will always say either center or right-leaning opinions. So probably the video I got the most flack for was the Hollyhock video. Was Hollyhock wrong for leaving BoJack? I think that was the title. In the video I said she's not necessarily wrong for leaving BoJack, but she should have gotten more information. The way she did it was cowardly. A lot of people didn't like that. I got flack for the Tuca and Birdie video, but that video wasn't that popular. It didn't get that many views anyway, but I still got a lot of flack for it because my message in that was you should show empathy for everyone, including your enemies. And a lot of people were like, no, these people are scumbag. They don't deserve empathy. Inferior, thank you very much. Why do artists always get a preemptive shield when it comes to any job-related topic, even when they are being stupid at fault compared to other jobs? I mean, I consider YouTubers artists, so technically I am an artist, but I don't like to lump myself in with in this regard with people who draw physically, even though I did used to draw physically, and I would like to get back into drawing physically or painting or whatnot. The thing is, when you're an artist of any kind, whether it's an influencer or a drawer or a painter, I don't know why I said I don't like to let myself in, because it's true that YouTubers are artists, but when you're an artist of any kind, we know, unless you blow up overnight, you know what the starving artist feels like. Like, even if you, like, when I first started, I had another job and I had relatives who would be willing to take care of me if something happened. So even though I had backup stuff to fall off on, it still sucks that you're not making what you want, doing what you love. So there's that notion in the back of the brain of, why are you chastising another artist when being an artist is so hard? Being a successful artist isn't necessarily hard, but just like going into the art field in itself is like a risky venture because it's known, the starving artist is a known thing. So I can see why people are ready to defend it, even though that's not where my brain goes. My brain goes, if you're doing a job badly, it makes sense to me that people wouldn't care if you were relieved from that job. To me, that's normal. Joshua Goforth, thank you very much. That was the next one, right? I didn't skip one. I didn't skip one. And I just had to say, the opening of your John Redcorn video still never fails to make me laugh. It's interesting because while I'm very thankful to the John Redcorn video for pushing me to the height it did, because it was the second, it's probably the most boosting my channel has ever had. But that's debatable. You could argue The Flash or maybe Diane was better. But like, I no longer feel that video is like the best of the Shady Doorags videos, but it's still the video I'm most known for. I wouldn't mind if the Flash video became the one I'm most known for. I still don't consider the Flash video like top tier Shady Doorags, but I think it's better than the John Redcorn video. Like, I wouldn't mind if the Flash video just became my most known video. Christian Johnson, again, thank you very much. I think it depends on the Atla episode. If the episode has an in-depth message or more controversial, you could do a full review. Otherwise, don't. Well, the thing about Atla is the reason I started just reviewing every single episode and not specific topics of Atla is because Atla has been talked about to death. I don't think I have anything new to add to it. So I was just trying to get my thoughts out on it as a kind of fun way of going about the channel. Because at the time when I started it, I wasn't as big as I am now. But now my professional part of my brain that looks at this as a career is like, yo, the Atla videos don't do that well. And there's a lot of other videos you could be putting time and effort to that'll give back to the channel more. And then the artistic part of my brain is like, well, you said you were gonna do all the Atla episodes, so you gotta do all the Atla episodes, but I don't wanna work on the one you're doing right now. I want you to skip to certain episodes. But it is a project I do want to finish because I think it would just be nice to have my opinion on what I consider to be my favorite show of all time on the channel. So I do want to finish it, and I understand you guys' passion because I'm there with you with other YouTubers. I don't know if I would consider myself an intellectual because I'm not a Shady Doorags fan. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm probably like a huge Shady Doorags fan. I love my videos, but I'm not like in the crowd. I actually get to say, what happens on this channel, but I feel that same way about other YouTubers where they don't do certain topics because they got other stuff that they're working on, like CPUB Person. CPUB Person is reviewing every single Disney animated movie, and I'm waiting for that next video to come out, but she's not working on it because she's working on other stuff. So what is your favorite DreamWorks movie? Probably Kung Fu Panda 2, and that's probably the answer to that question. I would need to think on that a little bit more, but I'm fairly confident it's Kung Fu Panda 2. Wait, I thought DuckTales Reboot was your favorite show. It is. DuckTales and Avatar are tied for first place. If Arcane finishes strong, if the entirety of Arcane stays the same way as the first season, Arcane will take the crown. But Arcane's not done yet, so I have to wait for Arcane. You made a Chris Jericho reference in your Y2K video. Do you watch WWE? I used to watch WWE. I haven't watched WWE in like over a decade. I watched it in the 2000s, hence why I knew who Y2J or Y2J, yes, Y2J, I said it right, Y2J is. How do you feel about the Shrek franchise? I feel like it should have ended. I didn't need a fourth Shrek, to be honest with you. Did you see Kung Fu Panda 4? I hear it's not bad, but not good. I haven't been watching too many movies as of late. I need to get on that. I got a yearly movie pass just so I could do that and talk about movies more. Let's put some games on the screen just to give you guys something to look at. I will keep answering questions, but I'm going to put some games up. I'm going to try something different this time instead of PowerWash Simulator. I got another game here that doesn't require too much focus. I can read questions while I do it. Just in case, I had to wait for that notification pop up, otherwise it was gonna scare me. Just in case, thank you very much. Also, I love your name. Just want to say I really enjoy your videos, dude. I watch every single one in its entirety. It definitely helps to unwind after a hard day at work. Every single one, including the awesome comebacks. I hate the awesome comebacks videos so much. I hate all my really, really old videos. Oh man. What are your thoughts when people say animation is your babies? Do you mean is for babies, or because that's a somewhat confusing thing. So this is Super Auto Pets. I'm gonna play this while I entertain. Is the volume good for you guys? Is it too loud? Hopefully it's not overtaking what I'm saying. I'm just waiting for you guys to respond, and I'll read some more questions. I'm getting off, I'm being ignored, and I have work to do despite providing good points. Okay, we'll see you later. Ever see Moral Oral? I saw one episode of Moral Oral and I had to nope out. Moral Oral talks about topics I am personally sensitive about. A lot of people have asked for requests for Moral Oral, and I've said the same thing. Like I can't talk to you guys about Moral Oral without dealing with myself, and that's not something I want to deal with. People who say animation are for kids haven't seen old anime. Well, animation was originally for like just people. Just family, just people. That's who it was. And then Disney turned it into a family experience. And then in I want to say the 60s and 70s, they realized it was very profitable for kids. My bad, animation is for babies. Okay, yeah. I say they're wrong because animation is not for babies. Animation wasn't even originally for babies. I think animation is more appealing the younger you are, because the younger you are, the broader your imagination is, and animation helps expand. Animation is easier to expand the imagination with than other mediums. But there's plenty of animation for adults. That's just fact. Arcane is not for kids. There's a lot of anime that's not for kids. That's just a fact. Have you found any South Park episodes you want to do videos on? Not really. People keep saying like South Park is a gold mine for Shady Doorags. He should totally review South Park. I've seen South Park, like, I don't feel like talking about it. Like, it exists. I think it's fine entertainment, but I don't feel like talking about it. Hey, Shady, have you thought about reviewing Regular Show? Yes, I was supposed to watch Regular Show, and after the first episode, I stopped. Regular Show still annoys me. When Regular Show first came out, it annoyed me. Also, I was looking for comments about the audio. Is the audio on the game good for you guys? But animation, oh geez, that font is very bright. I might have to change that next time, because you cannot see that in the stream. D-Lord, thank you very much. In my opinion, I'd argue that Hanna-Barbera was primarily responsible for the modern perception of animation. Well, I would... Who did Scooby-Doo? Is that Hanna-Barbera? That sounds like Hanna-Barbera. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say the modern perception of animation is that it's for kids. There are certain age groups that think it's for kids, or I shouldn't even say age groups. I should say certain... For lack of a better term, certain groups that think it's for kids, but millennials in general don't think it's for kids, and Zoomers don't think it's for kids. Shady Doorags, why do you hate your old videos? Because they make me cringe. They're very low. They're lower quality than what I would put out now. The videos I make now would probably make me cringe 10 years from now, because you try to improve yourself as you go. Game volume is good, voice is good, notifications are super loud. They are, oh. I'm not sure how to fix that. Is that... Let me see if I can fix that right quick. I didn't know, because I didn't know they were allowed. They scare me, but... Oh, here we go. Let me do this. There we go, okay. So I'm gonna turn the super chats down. Do it halfway and we'll see how that goes. Have you ever thought about remaking any of your old videos? There's one video specifically I've thought about remaking, and that is the video on Monsters University. Because just turn the volume down for myself. Because I love Monsters University. That video is old and is very different quality than what I normally do. L-Shift, thank you very much. Hey, the audio came on, but I didn't hear it. I saw the bar go up in the stream, but I didn't hear it. That's a problem. I need to hear it so I know when there's a super chat in case I'm not looking at the screen. L-Shift, thank you very much. I love your content. Have fun and love for friends. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Do you get production about the production bio for a Darkwing Duck sequel to DuckTales 2017 just leaked? I did not hear that. Hey Shady, do you have a girlfriend? Are you gay? I don't talk about my love life online. I am not gay though. I do talk. I'm straight. I am super ultra non-compensatingly straight. So by the way, I am playing Super Auto Pets. This is an I forget what it's called. An auto. Is it an auto chess? I guess it is technically an auto chess. It's just a 2D auto chess. Basically, all these animals have special effects, and you pick the animals that you want to do, that you want to put on the field, and you go up against random people online, and then you try to beat them. You have 5 lives if you if one gets destroyed. If you lose, one gets destroyed, and you have to win 10 matches. GK got killed. Thank you very much. When I worked retail, our manager had a Bugs Bunny box set playing on the TV, thinking it was fine. Then the World War II propaganda one started to play. Okay, so I'm going back to this audio thing because it's playing for you guys, but it's not playing for me. I can't hear it, and I don't like that because if I'm not looking at the screen. Okay, we'll see if it happens again. And I'll try to see if I can do something about it. Hold on, let me pull up the... Okay, it's not here. Okay. So it might have to be loud. I do apologize. I'm not sure what I could do with that while I'm on screen. While I'm currently streaming. Have you thought about reviewing an episode of Tron using Tron Uprising or Thundercats 2011? Not really. I never saw either of those. Shady, will you join Suicide Squad? No. I have no reason to want to do that. Do you have any major problems with the DuckTales reboot? I think Dewey is awful. Dewey is a character that annoys me to no end, and I think he gets away with too much. I think it had one more season in it. It shouldn't have ended on 3 seasons. Obviously, they didn't have a choice. The producers cut them, but I feel like it definitely had one more season in it. I've recently finished season 3 of DuckTales. Thought it was a good show. Oh, that's coming through my... Okay, so the audio for that is coming through my desktop. I guess I could just turn the desktop audio down. That'll turn the game volume down, though. Maybe I could separate the game volume. What was I talking about? I recently finished season 3 of DuckTales. Thought it was a good show overall, but some annoying characters. Who is your favorite member of Fowl overall? A Fowl? I'm not too fond of Fowl specifically. Of all of them, I can't even remember her name. It was the one with the robotic arm. The villains I like in DuckTales are outside of Fowl. Have you ever heard of Agent Elvis on Netflix? I have not. Have you seen Gumball? I've seen lots of episodes of Gumball, yes. I'm still upset about Netflix axing Inside Job. I was enjoying Inside Job. It wasn't like the best cartoon I had ever seen, but I was enjoying it. It is kind of a shame it ended on a cliffhanger. Was the discourse around Velma or a different show? It was around Velma. Are you in the South Park? I haven't seen you talk about it, so I assume. I'm watching it now because a lot of people have said that I should review it. But while it's a fine show, like, it's not resonating with me perfectly. Like, I enjoy it, but it's not like really resonating with me. And also, it doesn't give me anything I really want to talk about. Who is the hottest cartoon mom, and why is it Wilhelmina from Elko? I mean, I think a lot of people would say Mrs. Incredible, unless you don't count movies. Mrs. Incredible. Elastigirl, that's her name. Hey, Shady Doorags, did you watch Marvels? Is there a show called Marvels? Because I don't think so. What does this ladybug even do? Oh. I might as well get rid of that. Sell gift for the front of it. Okay, yeah. Add that one. Much better. What is your favorite adult cartoon show? Well, Arcane is currently running right now, so that would probably be Arcane. One that's run in its entirety. I don't know, because there's a time I would have said Rick and Morty, but Rick and Morty to me has gone downhill. Choose to stay in Gotham City or Metropolis. Well, I wouldn't stay in either of those cities, but if you're gonna make me choose Metropolis. The whole point of Metropolis is that it's a metropolis. You know, a lot of good things happen in Metropolis. It just... Superman being there kind of makes bad things happen as well. Well, they are not giving me any good ones. There we go. I'll take the giraffe. Sell you. I'll take the giraffe. I don't expect to come out this victorious because they are not giving me any good animals. What game is that? This game, this is Super Auto Pets. You buy pets from the shop. They all have a special ability that they do, and then they fight. So my current lineup is this one. At the start of the battle, it dies and then is replaced with something else. Which I hate this thing. I can't wait to sell it. The giraffe makes the person in front of it stronger right before every fight. This thing, if you sell it, it makes everything stronger. This thing, when it dies, it summons a very weak cricket. And this thing, when something is summoned, it gives it attack. Clonaclox9999/celery, thank you very much. I don't want to sound like I'm bribing, but if I donate more, would you be interested in critiquing a South Park literature story I've been making? No, that's not how my donations work for me. I have thought about doing something like that, where I allow, like something like Ko-fi, where I allow like donations to determine what I talk about. It's just, there's a reason I talk about the things I talk about. It's because a lot of people want to see them, and or I really want to talk about them. So it's like, if somebody gave me enough donations to circumvent those two, I'm not sure how I would feel about that. Shady, do you like Gravity Falls? Yes, but there are certain things about it that I don't like. I think it had another season in it. 2 seasons was way too short for that show. And B, there wasn't enough Pacifica. Pacifica needed a lot more character development. The character development she got was really fantastic. There needed to be more. And C, I think they go too far into the spending time with your family, and like they cross the line into where it becomes obnoxious. Because I always say, like, spend time with your loved ones. If you care about somebody, make time, spend time with them. But I don't like what happens with Dipper and Mabel in that regard, and I also don't like what happens to Stan and Stanford, Stan and Ford. I don't like what happens to them. I think they lean way too much in the you need to be together forever. It's like I really couldn't stand when Dipper's dream was coming true and Mabel was like, no, we need to stay together. We need to be kids, and the show decides that she's right to feel that way. I'm like, this is his dream and you're taking it away from him. Like, I can understand the message of don't grow up too soon. Your future will always be there. But Dipper's future won't always be there. Like, you can let opportunities pass you by. And they did the same thing with Stan and Ford. Ford was going to college. Like, that's the time to pursue your dreams. Favorite indie YouTube show? That's difficult because I watch a lot of YouTube, but shows specifically, like maybe the Joker blogs, that was a really good one. After Hours, I really love After Hours, which is why I've referenced it a couple of times in my videos. If you guys have never seen After Hours, go. I can't remember if the show starts off being called After Hours or because it has 3 seasons and each season has a different name. But it's just some random guy. Saw that tweet, pretty stupid take. Hopefully you reevaluate your views because yikes. Nope. Also not a very convincing argument. I think the Mabel hate is justified, but she shouldn't have been rewarded. I think what happened with Mabel was like, because Mabel to me always felt like, with the way people talk about her, that she was the most popular character on the show. But people began to realize that the show favored her, like over the other characters. Dipper did stupid stuff too, but the show always called him out on it. The show rarely called out Mabel. There we go. There's the wasp. So let's get rid of the horse, because I don't care about the horse. Give me the wasp. If I can make the wasp last, the wasp will win me this fight. I feel we got vibes from If She Was Right. I thought she was shown to be wrong. Like she caused an entire apocalypse to show she was wrong. You could be siblings even when apart. Mabel caused an entire apocalypse, but she got rewarded for it. She got exactly what she wanted from it. And then when Dipper went inside to tell her, like, hey, you're living in a dreamland, the premise of that was that, oh, Dipper is being stupid. Like, Dipper is being selfish. Like, yes, Mabel is being selfish by staying here, but Dipper is being selfish by not staying with her. Like, not being in her life. Not always being by her side in her life. And I'm like, that's a very bad way to take that. I really don't like it. And that's not the only thing. Like, Mabel is wrong several times throughout the series, and she's sometimes called out on it, but not nearly as much as she should be. Is that Mabel's slander I'm hearing? Well, it's more justification of Mabel's slander. Not really Mabel's slander. Have you played the Batman Arkham games? If so, which is your favorite? I've only played the first one. And I didn't finish it. I see what you are putting down. Yeah, I could see that. I saw it more as reaffirming they will always be siblings. Well, that would be fine thing to reaffirm to her. But, like, they don't just do that. Any new types of videos you want to try but don't... Oh, that was actually a question I was really looking forward to answering. Saw in your Fillmore video that you haven't seen the Owl House. Any interest on seeing it? I need to watch it. What's stopping me from watching it is my inner... well, I don't think people use this term anymore, but my inner hipster... it's very popular, which makes me not want to watch it. It's the same thing with Invincible. I've seen Invincible Season 1, loved Invincible Season 1. Invincible Season 2 is out, people keep asking me to watch it, and I'm just like, everybody's watching it though, I don't want to watch it. Which one is better, Incredibles or The Lion King? Ooh, that's a tough one. The Incredibles or The Lion King, and you took out the in both of them. I like The Incredibles more, but that's because I'm a superhero guy. Oh, that is a tough one. That is I'm not sure. I'm gonna say The Incredibles just so I don't cop out, but I genuinely am not sure about that one. Would you ever collab with another King of the Hill YouTuber like Squirrel Tactics? You've been doing great character breakdowns recently. I've seen Squirrel Tactics be getting a lot of attention lately. With me and collabs, there's a large part of me that so with collabs I've done in the past, like the collabs, some of them have been fun, some of them have been frustrating. What I've learned about myself is that I suck at working with other people. Because I want to control every aspect of what I'm working on. So when I work with other people, it can be very frustrating to put my name on something that I don't have complete control over. Because when I did the collabs last year, they really took a lot out of me because of that aspect of it. But I see other YouTubers collabing, and it looks like so much fun. And I know people want to see different personalities on YouTube collide with each other. So I know it would be like a good thing to pursue. So I have two very conflicting parts of me when it comes to collabs. Could you please tell us one of the 3 Avatar episodes you hate? That's supposed to be revealed in the Atla series, which is another reason why I need to finish that doggone series. Here's a Disney matchup for your Emperor's New Groove or Atlantis. Is it better? I think Emperor's New Groove did what it was trying to do better, a comedy. I think it did that better than Atlantis did trying to be an adventure movie. I will save a garlic. I don't want this stupid egg. I'm gonna buy this iguana just because. I don't want that egg. People keep buying iguanas and they mess up my build. So I'm probably gonna lose this next one. The best collabs from my experience are people who don't take it too seriously and have fun with it. See, when I have fun with something, I'm usually taking it seriously. Like my last collab with Jar, like I put so much effort into that video. Were you satisfied with your collab with Just a Robot? For the most part, yes, but there were some parts of making the video that were really frustrating. And one of the things is that I take forever to write videos. I take forever to write scripts. When I'm writing a script for both me and another person, it's even more so. That joke at the end of the video where Jar says, next time don't take 6 months to write a script. I wrote that joke because that's what happened. We were both busy when I came and I was like, hey, let's do this video. We were both busy at the time. I said, you write a script, I write a script, and then we'll combine it. It took both of us like 2 or 3 months to write our scripts. And then it took me forever to combine them. And I wanted to take longer, but Jar really wanted that video to come out at the same time as he was going full time. So I kind of rushed through it, or I kind of rushed through it. Emphasis on the kind of. Like it still took me forever to make, but I went rather fast on it. I went faster than I wanted to on it. That's what I should say. Can I have another wasp, please? I'm pretty much gonna lose this next fight. They are not giving me any good rolls. Here's a giraffe. Yeah, they're not giving me any good rolls. I didn't see the tweet, but it seems this is about Mabel from Gravity Falls. No, the tweet that the title's referring to is not about Mabel. That's just what the current conversation is about. I feel like Mabel was allowed to get away with stuff as opposed to Dipper. They should have touched upon this more in the show. Yeah, that's people's main concern with Mabel, is that she was allowed to get away with way more than Dipper was. What about instead of a full collab, someone else just contributes a part to a future video? See, the way I approach content is I'm constantly thinking, what's the best way to go about this? And when I'm thinking like an audience member, like what is the audience gonna love to see? And myself as an audience member, like I don't like videos where people contribute as much as I like videos where people are working together. When two personalities work together and collide with each other, I have a much more enjoyable time. So when I go about my videos doing that, I try to apply that same atmosphere. Okay, I've already committed to the wasp. I don't want this thing. They're giving me all the stuff for the thing I just re-rolled. Nah, this is just a bad round. Kuma Teddy, thank you very much. Did you hear the commissioner yell Fillmore in the episode? That's the best part of every episode. I figured that might be a running gag because it felt kind of forced in this episode. Because him breaking the fishing rod, that wasn't Fillmore's fault. So I was like, oh, they're probably just doing that because it's a running gag. Are you glad that Zay Magenta Misanthropodia is gone for good? I didn't watch much of Misanthropony's content. So, I don't really have a care. Thanks for being alive today. I try. Keep being awesome. That I don't have to try it. I just naturally am awesome. I got one victory in this whole thing. This round is really not doing it for me. Yeah, they're not giving me any other stuff I want. There you go, giraffe. Oh. I spent too much re-rolling. All right, that's gonna be it. This is gonna be death for me. I'm pretty sure. It's fun when I guess it's kind of like a taste for the audience to gauge on if they want to check out their vids too without overtaking the usual style for the channel. Shady, have you seen Big City Greens and What to Do? What do you think about it? No, I have not seen that. Are you facing off against other players or the computer? So I know when I first got this game, it was other players because you can see. Yeah, let me start around again and I'll show you. You can see how many victories and lives the person has in the bottom right down here. So that means like, because they want to match you up with somebody who's in the same tier racket as you. Who do you think is worse in certain situations, Bobby Hill or Mabel? Well, Mabel hasn't had enough. I don't think that's a fair comparison because Bobby Hill's had way too many episodes compared to Mabel. I probably get more frustrated at Mabel, but I like Mabel, so it's not like I dislike Mabel. I just agree with a lot of the criticisms that come her way. Yo, Shady, watch you all morning. Just realized we're the same age from your Y2K video, The King of the Hill. Really? Like I could have learned about Y2K from a lot of sources. Bobby hasn't caused an apocalypse. That's true. Though Bobby might have caused an apocalypse if given the chance. Ooh, got a wasp early. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Now, if I could just get a giraffe. Why is this still here? Are you a fan of My Hero Academia? No, I don't watch much anime nowadays. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You said you were 8 in the 2000s. Okay. In the year 2000, yeah. I was I 8 in 2000? I think I might have been 8 to 9 in 2000. I was probably turning 9 in 2000. Okay, I don't want this egg, but I need to level up so I can get better animals. Should the worst thing of a popular IP be compared to the objective worst thing of all time, be it movies, shows, or video games? In that genre? Because I think everything in the same medium is somewhat comparable. It just depends on what you're comparing about them. Have you seen the new Good Times? I've seen the trailer for the new Good Times. I tweeted about it. This, you get that. I really need a giraffe. Another wasp will work. Will there be more Earth's Mightiest Heroes videos? There will probably be at least 1 or 2 more Earth's Mightiest Heroes. The Earth's Mightiest Heroes video didn't do that well. I was very shocked because a lot of people were requesting it, but it didn't do that well. So when a video doesn't do well, I try to make a couple more to see how it does, like I did with DuckTales. And then after a couple videos, if it's still not doing well, then I have to like admit that it's just that people aren't drawn to it. Wasp, thank you. And then this egg thing. All these suck! Alright, I'm selling you because I hate you. I'll buy the links just because it's better than what I got going now. The rest of these suck. I'll get this. Here, get that. Thoughts on Spectacular Spider-Man, and also, did you ever watch the 90s show? The 90s Spider-Man show? Yes. I watched that a lot. Spectacular Spider-Man is the best animated Spider-Man. I prefer the Spider-Man the animated series, but Spectacular Spider-Man is objectively the best one. I hate the pufferfish. The pufferfish always like ends my my runs on here. All right, the wasp is doing good. I don't want to remove 2 health from the wasp. I need a. Why have I gone this long without a giraffe? I need a hippo. Another freaking wasp. I'll take that. I would also like some garlic. I don't seem to be getting that. Kuma Teddy, thank you very much. Do you actually play D&D or did you just mean TTRPGs? I recommend World of Darkness and oh, I won that one. World of Darkness, it's awesome, and Shadowrun Cyberpunk plus fantasy elements, also PF. I play D&D. I would like to play more games, but I do not have a ton of friends to play with. The people I play D&D with, I play online, so we would all have to agree to play a game, but the D&D group I play with, we've got so many campaigns going on. I highly doubt they would like start playing another game. So I'll go ahead and combine you. Oh, why do they always do this when I commit to the wasp? They love to give me stuff that I need for my other build that I like to do. Always. This group of animals has only been available this week. Easy now. X gets upset when people prefer Spider-Man to Miles. That's probably a video I will make. Like the whole is Miles Spider-Man debacle, because the conversation around that frustrates me because it's people. There's a lot of instances where I see people just talking over each other, ignoring each other, and I'm like, there's very clear logic to whether or not Miles is Spider-Man, and people seem to be choosing to ignore that logic. Once you all right, I'm just gonna. No, you don't want health to be too low. Let me reroll. Shady Doorags, do you want to fight Batman with martial arts? That means meeting Batman. I don't really want to fight Batman, but like I will surrender to him immediately. Just so I can get a chance to meet him. Man, just let Miles be himself, right? Well, I've always said just change the name. Miles doesn't need to be Spider-Man. He can be his own hero. Specifically Comic Miles, because Comic Miles is in 616. Finally, Hippo! Jeez, where you been? Alright, let's sell this stupid shark thing. Kitty cat. This thing. I don't trust this ant to be in front. I'm gonna put Hippo in front and Wasp behind him. Saying Miles is Spider-Man is like saying Terry is Miles. Not wrong, not really right. Well, the person I say that you can truly compare Miles with is the Flash, because Barry and Wally both have the Flash name. That's like really the only fair comparison. And I've been saying there shouldn't be two Flashes. Barry should have changed his name when he came back from the Speed Force. Wally should have kept the Flash name, and Barry should have changed his. That's what they should have did when Miles joined the 616 universe. Either Miles should have been like, okay, well, since you're Spider-Man, I'm going to take a different name. Or Peter should have been, you know what? I'm passing down the mantle to you, Miles. I'm going to be something else. Or just retire. Either or. Either one of those would have worked. What are your thoughts on Webby from DuckTales turning out to be... Ooh, that's a huge spoiler. Was it good, or did it undermine the found family theme with her? It does undermine the found family theme, but I think there's more good there than there is bad, because they really built up to it. Like, that was a really earned reveal that they had there. And I know Webby is the typical quirky girl that Disney cartoons love doing, but Disney is really good at doing the quirky girl. Like, people liked Mabel, even though nowadays a lot of people complain about her. People like Mabel, people like Webby, people like Star, people like Luz. The Disney is, what's that girl's name? Molly McGee, people like her. Disney is really good at doing the quirky girl. When did you stop the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I'm guessing you mean when I stopped watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When Captain Marvel came out, I realized that I didn't see Captain Marvel, but that's when I realized that Marvel was just gonna milk this. And that's when I was like, they need to end the story with Thanos. That's proper storytelling. They need to end it there. They're not gonna, so I'm just gonna stop with Endgame. I watched Endgame, and then I watched the next Spider-Man movie, and I was like, okay, I'll watch Spider-Man movies because I love Spider-Man in general, but I'm not watching any more MCU. And then I watched No Way Home. No Way Home upset me, so I'm probably not gonna watch, like, just flat out any more MCU. Oh, I did watch She-Hulk, but that's specifically because I wanted to meme it. Endgame was a great endpoint. It was a good endpoint. Endgame has problems. It does. Infinity War was better. Mabel started the apocalypse just because she was feeling down. See, the big critique with Mabel isn't that she started the apocalypse. Dipper almost started the apocalypse. A lot of characters almost started the apocalypse. Ford almost started the apocalypse. The problem was Mabel didn't want to fix it because she wanted to stay in her La La Land, which is just, she caused it. She caused it. That's really awful. Can I get a tiger, please? I like a tiger. Now you give me garlic, okay. You know what? I'm sacrificing the ant for garlic. Garlic's a better investment. You really shouldn't have less than 5 on your team, but like, I'm pretty much doomed at this point, so it's better to invest in my heavy hitters. Yeah, see, that paid off. Giraffe, there you are, jeez.
Giraffe.
I'll take the broccoli because this thing really needs health. It's 50 is the highest you can go on either stat. So this one is pretty much maxed out on attack. Give 3 random pets plus 2 attack. One mushroom after failing. Can you please not give it to the wasp? Of course. I wanted the hippo to have it. The hippo's the only one who didn't get it. And I didn't want the wasp to have it, and the wasp got it. Well, the giraffe didn't get it either. All right, anyway. If you were to write a story, what would it be? I did write a story. It was a post-apocalyptic... well, the characters didn't know it was post-apocalyptic, but it was a post-apocalyptic young hero utopia kind of thing. Dystopia, not utopia. Dystopia type thing. Where everybody was in a war. It was just way of life. Like, the war never ended. They didn't think it was going to end, but they were constantly trying to end it. And the big reveal is supposed to be, everybody's like under control of a secret organization. You know, very stereotypical stuff. Everybody's in control by a secret organization who just wants them to be at war forever, because if they actually go to war, they'll kill each other. Like, they'll kill all of humanity. Fifth guy, thank you very much. Don't change the name, change the alias. Peter Parker is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. What could Miles' alias be? Well, because they're in the same universe, they don't both need to be Spider-Man. Like, I'm fine with Spider-Man 2099 being Spider-Man. I'm fine with Ben Grimm being a Spider-Man, but Ben Grimm, that's not his name. Ben O'Reilly being a Spider-Man, but he's the Scarlet Spider, right? So he needs a new name for the comic book titles, and he needs a new name because he's in you. It's a story thing. You don't, in a story, give 2 characters the same name. That's bad writing. You just don't do that. So if you're gonna have 2 spider superheroes who are both constantly interacting with each other, they should not both be named Spider-Man. That's bad. That's very bad, because when the characters say Spider-Man, the audience doesn't know who they're talking about. Oh, that wasn't fair. That wasp had a melon on it, cheater. Tied it up. So the Enclave. Oh yeah, I've been playing Fallout 4 recently. They just did that update where they introduced the Enclave to Fallout 4. Can get rid of this cricket because now I have the poodle. There we go. Poodle should help. I'm very precarious right now. I could lose at any point. I need more giraffes. I remove 2 health plus 5 attack. No, I don't want either of those. I need something that gives health more than I need something that gives attack. Give 2 random pets plus 4 health. Okay, hopefully the wasp and the hippo. Oh, the hippo got one. Hey, Shady, could you make a clip version of the "It's so good, so good, so good" moment from Boxing Daria review? A clip version? I don't know what that means. Like, just that? Also, memeing my videos isn't my job. Memeing my videos is your job. It's you guys' job. Take that, freeze that, roll it. And I will take this. Oh, wait. Does the honey give health? The honey does give health. Give the wasp more health. Shady, I have a tough question for you. Coke or Pepsi? If I'm at a restaurant, I prefer Coke. If I'm drinking from a can, I prefer Pepsi. And the wasp and the hippo, if you can get them early enough, can really carry you through this game. I'll take you. I'll take you, Poodle. I want to buy this, but the broccoli, I need to keep giving the wasp health. Like, I have to keep stacking the health on the wasp. There's you. And that. Alright, Shady, I'm gonna I'm gonna bounce. Not sure what happened on Twitter, but I'm sure you were just being normal and weirdos freaked out on you. Keep it loose, dead. I mean, I was being normal, but technically I was the one who freaked out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That build that I just saw, that usually kills me. Very glad I had a... My wasp was tough enough to take that. Very glad I went for the, whatchamacallit, the health. Can I get something else with health? No! Both of these suck! Take the tomato. Give one pet the tomato perk. Deal 8 damage to the last enemy before attacking once. Fine. I might as well. It doesn't cost anything. I'll give it to you. I'm glad you like Fillmore, Shady. I think the series didn't last because too many normal kids wouldn't get the buddy cop police procedurals reference that were being made. Also, I remember when Fillmore was out, like, it just didn't seem like my type of show. It looked like one of those Disney shows you watch at 5 a.m. The animation didn't really, like, help it in that regard. Because it, like, Disney Channel, a lot of their animation does kind of feel flat when you look at it. There we go, garlic for you. I said garlic for you. And then freeze that one. Giraffe, I really need you to level up so that the hippo can get stronger. Diff guy, how did you get ratioed on Twitter? What happened? So there was a guy on Twitter. Oh, I lost. So I'm gonna put that aside for a little bit because I just want to talk. So there was a guy on Twitter who posted out an image of a character from Velma, because that show, the season 2 of that show just came out, and they redesigned a very popular character from Scooby-Doo, and they tweeted out, "This is why I don't feel bad when these people lose their jobs." And to me, that was a very normal take. However, Johnny Two Cellos didn't like that take, and he called it deranged and said people need to get away from fiction and angry hate mobs and find something else to focus on, which I thought was a very unfair take because the guy was just saying in a roundabout way, I don't like this redesign. The thing that was said was, I don't feel bad when these people, this is why I don't feel bad when these people lose their jobs. I think that's a very normal thing to say. I don't think you should go after people losing their jobs because of like their politics or anything. But if you think somebody's bad at their job, it's normal to not feel bad if they lose that job. That to me is very normal. But I quote tweeted Johnny, which, you know, got the attention of his audience, and then Tunerific Tariq disagreed with me, so that got the attention of his audience. So I got heavily ratioed. You know, which happens. You can't be an influencer if you can't deal with people disagreeing with you. Shady, I wish you had a social media account. I love to follow other artists. This is a social media account. YouTube is a social media thing. And also I have a Twitter. I have lots of social media accounts, which I put in the description of my videos. But the main ones the main ones I'm on are this one, Twitter, and technically Discord. Discord is now a social media thing. It's mainly used for communication, but it's expanded itself to be a social media thing. Regarding the King of the Hill archaeology episode, I wonder if the creators got the professor's likeness from Aaron Sorkin. They took LBJ with early Buck Strickland. All right, so we did the animal thing. I'm actually going to go back to my usual with PowerWash. PowerWash relaxes me. Being ratioed by idiots is just your boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer moment. I mean, that's kind of how I felt, but like I don't like to assume bad stuff about people. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, like all the things that were being said to me, I was like, why would you think I would care about that? Like people are like, how would you feel if somebody said that you should lose all your YouTube ad revenue just because they didn't like a King of the Hill video you did? And I was like, I would disagree but I wouldn't call them deranged. Like, they're just saying their opinion. They're not going to YouTube and telling them to take away my revenue. They're just saying that I should do it. And again, the original tweet, that's not what the original tweet said. The original tweet didn't say they should get fired. The original tweet just said, I don't feel bad when it happens. And so I'm going to finish up the thing we started last time. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was in free play I was doing it. Yeah. So let's bring this up. Oh, the game's not up. Do you watch Muppet movies? When I can. I enjoy the Muppets. Okay, there we go. It found PowerWash. All right, so let's go back here and resume this. Okay, you learned something new. I admit I'm new to the internet. Still, I didn't consider YouTube to be a social media platform, really. Yeah, it is. I mean, I remember a time where I didn't as well, but now I consider it to be like the social media platform. Okay, so if memory serves, I did everything on the outside and I did everything in the upper layer. Yeah, so it's just the inner layer we need to worry about. So Johnny basically bullied the OP into deleting their opinion. I don't know if I call what Johnny did bullying. I mean, the OP did delete their... the thing is, the OP had like over 30K likes. So it wasn't just Johnny saying that he disagreed. There was a lot of people saying that they disagree. But again, they had over 30K likes. So there's a lot of people who agreed with them. I wouldn't call what Johnny did bullying, because like there's a lot more people agree with that person than Johnny even has followers. Well, I think so. Actually, Johnny might have more than 30K followers on Twitter. Obviously, he has more than 30K followers on YouTube. I have more than 30K followers on YouTube. Johnny only represented him as unhinged, no biggie. Yeah, I mean, that was my problem. I didn't like that opinion being represented as unhinged. To me, it's just somebody on social media presenting an opinion in a way that's entertaining. There's a line that can be crossed when you do that, but that person didn't do it. That's why I said something. Okay, this is kind of loud for me. I'm going to turn it down for me. If it's loud for you guys, let me know, and I'll turn it down for you as well. Which Disney movie do you like more, Aladdin or Tarzan? Aladdin. Aladdin was my favorite movie for the longest time. Tarzan is one of those movies that I have memorized and I didn't realize I had memorized. Like, it came on and I was just quoting literally every line. I was like, oh, I guess I've seen this a lot. But Aladdin's definitely my preferred over those two. Hey, Shady, favorite fictional killer robot? Probably GLaDOS. GLaDOS and Wheatley are both two of my favorite characters in video games of all time. Loud, lower? All right, I'll turn it down for you guys. Let me know if that's good. I turned it down about halfway. Most underrated Disney movie. A Bug's Life. I think A Bug's Life is severely underrated. I love A Bug's Life. I love Hopper. I think Hopper is one of the best Disney villains ever. And I love the And I love the pretend it's a seed scene. The pretend it's a seed quote is so good. Also, Monsters University probably goes there too. But a lot of people nowadays, specifically YouTubers, are starting to talk about Monsters University in positive light. Like, Monsters University got so much flack because nobody asked for it and it was a bad prequel. It is a bad prequel, but it's not a bad movie. it's a really good movie, which is like I acknowledge that when I saw it, and I watched it when I needed Monsters University very much so. Monsters University came to me at a very important time because I was doing very poorly in college and I didn't do poorly in school, so I didn't know how to take it. And then I watched Monsters University talk about like just because you fail at something, it doesn't mean like you're worthless. You just need to reevaluate yourself. What is Pixar's worst movie? I haven't seen all of Pixar's movies because the one with the aliens and the magic and the dad legs, like that one made me kind of stop. But the worst Pixar movie I've seen is The Good Dinosaur. Like I detest The Good Dinosaur so much. My mouse is having issues. It keeps just randomly stopping. Probably need to get a new mouse. I always buy like really cheap mice, whatever. I always buy like really cheap ones because the really cheap ones tend to last like a year or two before you have to get another one. But I'm guessing that just means like if I invested in a mouse, it would probably last a lot longer. But like cheap mice are just like $20. Is We're Back a Disney movie? I don't think so. It's got that Don Bluth artistry on it. It's probably his company's movie, but I'm not 100% sure. Cars 2 is still worse and effective. Is still the worst and effectively killed the Pixar golden age. I mean, I actually really liked Cars 2 when it came out because it did to me what Cars 1 should have done, which was make the plot not about racing. It should have just treated the cars like they were people and just set them doing people stuff. But I've seen a lot of reviews of Cars 2, and those people make good point. Like, Mater isn't a very good protagonist. The lessons taught in that movie are pretty bad, yeah. Also, the villain's plan just makes no sense. The funny thing is, the villain's plan in Cars 2 is pretty much the same plan in Incredibles 2. It's like, make this thing that's not popular, and then make it not popular again. What are your thoughts on Toy Story 4? I boycotted Toy Story 4. I was really angry that they made a Toy Story 4 because Toy Story was a Toy Story 3 was a perfect ending. It was a perfect ending, and then they added on to it. I was so mad. Hey, Shady, do you plan on making more Daria reviews? Yes, I do. I just have to space out my reviews. And also, there are times where, like, I have very bad, like, script writing days. Like, March was a very bad time for script writing for me. Kaiser, thank you very much. What games did you have the most fun when you first tried them? Can you name a top 5? When I first tried them, like, first time... The thing was, growing up, I was a heavy gamer, and I had fun with so many games. Like, it was difficult for me to not have fun. But when I first played them, let's see. This one is probably one. Because I had just, I still play this game, but I remember my first impression. Because like I got the game, and I was like, oh, this will be a good game to stream, and I played, or actually, was I don't think I was thinking about streaming at the time. No, I wasn't. I just wanted to try the game out. And I got it, and I knew its reputation, but when I actually tried it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so satisfying. So this is probably one. League of Legends might be one. Not 100% certain on the League of Legends one, though. That's a really tough one. Because there are a lot of games I grew up with, and I liked playing them, so but my first time playing them, This game is, what is this game? This is PowerWash Simulator. I have a power washer, and I wash things with it. If you're playing the story mode, this is the final level. I'm not playing story mode right now. This is just free play. But that's basically what it is. You get a power washer and you wash things. When you first start, you don't start with this. You start with this one down here, the Prime Vista 1500. And then you slowly get more and more powerful power washers because you earn money from your jobs. There's nothing else in this game I can buy except soaps. I have all the washers. I think I have all the outfits. If I don't have all the outfits, I could get all the outfits. Yeah, see, my mouse keeps stopping on me. I need to get a new mouse. Ever play a trading card game? I played so much Yu-Gi-Oh! Growing up. I tried to play this Dragon Ball Z trading card game, but I could never get the hang of the rules. Hey Shady, I've asked favorite killer robot. What's your favorite friendly robot? Friendly robot. There's not one off the top of my head. I can tell you I like 16, but I wouldn't call him like my favorite. Which Toy Story trilogy is your favorite one? Which of the Toy Story? I prefer 2 over the other ones. It used to be 3. Toy Story 3 used to be one of my favorite movies. But your movie sucks me at a good point when he said that Toy Story 3 brings up a lot of... it retreads a lot of territory that Toy Story 2 went through. I was like, yeah, that's actually a really good point. I still think Toy Story 3 is an amazing movie and a perfect ending. But he does have a good point that it retreads a lot of ground that Toy Story 2 covered. The Iron Giant is my favorite friendly robot. That's a good choice. Willison, thank you very much. Have you seen the claymation movie, The Adventures of... Hold on. The... Mark Twain, there it is. Adventures of Mark Twain has some of the most interesting, horrifying, and thought-provoking writing in a movie, let alone a movie for children. No, I have not. I really can't wait till this health thing is over so I can sit down and watch all the stuff you guys keep recommending me. I don't keep disappointing you by saying, no, I have not seen that thing. I want to be like, yes, I have seen that really niche thing that you're talking about. Let's discuss it further. I don't think you ever commented on this on any of your Futurama videos, but what is your opinion on Amy Wong? She's a fun character. I have no hatred of her. I like her, actually. Wait, is this all one big... Oh, I thought these were 2 separate... Okay. All right, well, I'll worry about you momentarily. Let's get the up part. I thought this was a section. I would have done the floor last if I had known that the floor wasn't in sections. What game is this? This is PowerWash Simulator. You are a power washer and you power wash things. The Futurama reboot just kind of came and went, kind of disappointing. Well, I mean, it wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad either. Plus, it's probably going to get another season. Possibly. But the guy who does Fry's voice, like, his throat sounds really tired. Fry is like the only character with a noticeable difference in his voice. Everyone else sounds pretty much exactly the same. Any interest on playing Trucker Sim? Not really. This is a speech I have to give every live stream, which is I'm not a big gamer right now. I used to be heavily into gaming. I want to get back into it. Which is why on my second channel, I'm playing video games. But as of now, like, there's a lot of games that came out in the past decade that I just did not play. My gaming knowledge comes from like early 2010 and before early 2010. Okay, so this wall is this one big wall? No, it's this part right here. By the way, in the top left, in case you don't know how this game works, I can see the different pieces that need to be cleaned. Like right now it says entrance wall in the top left. And that bar that's blue and white that's under it, that tells you how much more cleaning you need to do. So that's why I keep coming to pieces that look clean and spraying them. Have you played Seafood? No, I haven't. Give Toy Story movie score... What, the original Toy Story? Because the original Toy Story is a 10 out of 10 unless you take out the For Its Time. Then it's like a 9 out of 10. Gunblade Knight, thank you very much. Hey, Shady, I recommend King Avatar and Modal Zushi. I think you'll enjoy those cartoons. Thank you. Hold on, let me... Something fell. Let me write that down because I am not going to remember those. King's Avatar and Modal Sushi. Where is it? I have to close everything. I have a list of shows you guys recommend me that I keep. All right, let's see there. King's Avatar, Modal Zushi. Okay, and that is saved. I'll just leave that up. What was the game you were playing earlier? That was Super Auto Pets. I can't remember if it's free on Steam. I think it is. Super Auto Pets. I'm not getting that top part. That might be where the dirt is. Which Muppets are your favorite character? I'm pretty partial to Miss Piggy. Because she's got that spoiled archetype that I talk about a lot in certain videos. And Kermit, Miss Piggy and Kermit. I mean, the Muppets do, like, resonate with me. Like, I don't have a special place in my heart for the Muppets, but they do kind of resonate with me because they want to entertain people, and they're not necessarily the best at it, but they just keep trying their best, and I love that aspect of them. They're just entertainers trying their best to entertain. Why is this wall refusing to get clean? Am I missing something? Oh, this is part of it. It's probably somewhere in here. There should be a button that highlights dirt. There is. I just never use it because I'm stubborn. All right, now let's do this one. LG Toy Story is best, hands down. Wouldn't have others without it. True, but I think Toy Story 2 took what Toy Story 1 did and took it up a notch. But this is why the for its time argument comes in, because it's like, I always talk about this when I talk about Ocarina of Time, because in my opinion, Majora's Mask is objectively a better game than Ocarina of Time in so many ways, but Majora's Mask had Ocarina of Time to work off of. Ocarina of Time didn't have Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time had A Link to the Past and other Zeldas. Also, Ocarina of Time changed the landscape of gaming way more than Majora's Mask did. Why did he get ratioed? I got ratioed because I had a disagreement with Johnny Two Cellos and what's that dude's name? Toonrific Tariq. Well, that's not why I got ratioed. Well, I mean, it could be why I got ratioed. Some people will defend their favorite YouTuber because whatever. But they had an opinion that their audience agreed with, and I disagreed with it. And of course, their audiences are bigger than mine, so that's the risk you run when you disagree with someone bigger than you. Of course, saying it like that kind of makes it assume that people in my audience would automatically agree with me no matter what, which is the joke of the title of this live stream. But the reality of it is, you know, there's plenty of people on Twitter who disagree with me, whether they're in Johnny's camp or Tariq's camp or whatnot. There's plenty of people who disagree with me. But the probability that because I was disagreeing with creators who are bigger than me likely caused it to happen is very, very high. Okay, now I'm having a problem that wall had. I can't find where the last speck of dirt is. Mayhaps around the corner. No, the Pallister is something different. That's a separate thing. That's a trim. What was the disagreement? The disagreement was there was somebody on Twitter who said they do not feel bad when people in Hollywood, specifically they were talking about the makers of Velma, but they said when people in Hollywood lose their jobs, and they said they showed a picture from Velma that just came out of a character who used to be known for her good looks. She's now conventionally unattractive in Velma. And they said, this is why I don't feel bad when these people lose their jobs. Johnny said that take was deranged and that people need to get away from fiction and find something that's not fiction and online hate mobs to deal with. And I thought what Johnny said was completely unfair. And I think it goes against what online creators should strive to do, which is creatively express their opinions. And the guy who made that tweet had, and also there was a big debate about whether or not it was a critique, because I said like this as critics, we shouldn't be telling other people they can't criticize, because that's what I saw with the tweet, that he was telling them they couldn't well, really he was telling them how they could criticize, and Tariq responded with like, there's not really critique here. A lot of people agreed with Tariq saying it wasn't critique, it was just telling people they should be fired. And I was like, there's clearly critique here. Like, just because they didn't outright say what their critique was, they creatively expressed it. Anybody who agrees with them could tell you that the critique is they are dissatisfied with the redesign of a character who used to be conventionally attractive and is now not conventionally attractive. Like, that's the critique. They just said it in a creative way. Willazin, thank you very much. Reminds me of when I got ratioed by Salty Dan for being pro that. When a majority of his audience is children, it was still funny nonetheless. I mean, I could probably say abortion. I'm always scared of getting demonetized from certain words. But that's probably a fine one to say. Whenever a word might get me demonetized, like I hesitate with it. Who do you think would win in a fight, Terra from Teen Titans or Toph Beifong? I don't know Terra from the comics. Terra from the show would definitely lose to Toph. Terra doesn't have enough control. Whereas Toph is one of the most precise controlling earthbenders in Avatar. Terra potentially is more powerful than Toph because she can do more than just move the elements. She can make them come to life and do all sorts of other stuff. She's powerful enough to like activate volcanoes and stuff. But she doesn't have enough discipline and enough training. I really liked 1 Minute Melee's interpretation of Terra versus Toph. If you've never seen that video, go look it up. It's really good. I don't agree with Johnny, but he doesn't need to be so horrible to those who aren't on his side. Well, from his perspective, the person was requesting something absolutely horrible and insane. And I can empathize with that, but I completely disagree that they were doing that. Like, I've said something similar about people who advocate that a person should lose their job because of politics. But my argument is that politics has nothing to do with your job. Whereas a character designer, when they badly design a character, that has everything to do with their job. Yo, are you planning on releasing some Ben 10 content? Yes. Probably not in the next month, but I do plan on getting to it this year. Oh my goodness, what am I missing on this wall? I've sprayed every inch of this wall. I don't know what's going on with it. Shady, have you heard about Death Battle news? The latest I heard from Death Battle was that because Rooster Teeth is no longer a thing, Death Battle could be canceled. Which, considering it's, what is it, almost May? And we haven't had a new Death Battle? Sounds like that's what's going to happen. What if politics does have something to do with your job? If politics does have something to do with your job, then yes. Like, I don't get mad at people who think the president is doing a bad job and should be replaced. But somebody brought up an example like that too. They were like, well, that's the same as telling somebody they should get beat up because of their job. I'm like, getting beat up has nothing to do with your job. Getting fired does. If you're wishing somebody gets beat up because they did a bad job, you're just wishing ill will on someone. You're not doing it because you want a better product. I'll miss Death Battle. Death Battle was like getting a much bigger appreciation from people because they were showing appreciation to the stuff they were covering. Like, they were putting it in the script how they were appreciating characters. I love the Discord versus Bill fight so much. Because it just shows, yes, I know that I can look at dirt. I don't want to. I consider that cheating. But the Discord versus Bill Cipher fight was so good. It's like, even though one clearly lost, they captured his character in such an amazing way. You see that stuttering right there? My mouse keeps disconnecting from the connector. Oh, my mistake. I just thought calling someone deranged for having a different opinion was uncalled for. Well, he didn't call them deranged for having a different opinion. He called them deranged because of how they expressed their opinion. And according to people who were agreeing with them, they don't see it as an opinion. They just see it as a call to action. Which, to me, no, the call to action directly correlates to their opinion. Which he wasn't even making a call to action. He wasn't saying they should be fired. If he did say that, I would still say the call to action correlates with their opinion of their work. But the person there wasn't even making a call to action. They were saying they don't feel bad when it happens, which is a extremely normal take. All right, I've determined I hate this wall because there's no reason it shouldn't be clean. What's your opinion on the Goku versus Superman discussion? If you're talking about in their primes, Superman would obviously win because Superman is meant to be one of the most OP people in fiction. He's a god among gods, so he would definitely win. That doesn't make him a boring character. As I said in my Superman video, both Superman and Goku have personalities that suit their stories. It was that stupid corner. Ah, finally. Okay. Do you think Superman could defeat Ben 10 though? Do I think he could? Yes. If Ben 10 is taking the fight seriously, I think Superman will have a really difficult time. Especially if you just get regular Superman. It also depends if Ben has the Ultimatrix. The Ultimatrix is like the secret weapon of Ben 10. If he's got the Ultimatrix, he's beating just about anyone. Also Alien X. Both of them are just broken. And to be clear, I prefer whenever somebody is doing a bad job, I prefer that person get better at their job. That's my preference. But that's not like the reality we live in, where everybody has the opportunity to get better, everybody will get better, and all companies can wait for someone to get better. The thing about Superman is, though, he would figure out how that Omnitrix works. And he would more than likely find a weakness in the Omnitrix itself. Because Superman is a genius, and he gets smarter the more powerful he gets. So once he sees Ben activate that thing on his wrist, he'll be like, wait a second, what is that? And he'll try to X-ray it and figure out what it does. So yeah, Superman definitely could beat Ben 10. That's the thing. Ben 10 has exploitable weaknesses in his... if he's fighting somebody who knows how to exploit personalities. Ah, press the wrong button. How do I... Is it Z? No, it's not Z. There it is. I've always been curious of who would win in a fight between Doomsday and Majin Buu. Majin Buu would just absorb Doomsday. Also, Ben isn't very tactical and often tries to brute force most situations, which is one of the reasons why I don't like AFU. Yeah, Ben was never the brains of his team. It was always either Max or Gwen. And then sometimes Kevin. Daria versus Raven in verbal contest. Raven. Daria is so... Okay, I'm saying this as if I did. I constantly have to say in my Daria videos that I do like Daria because I do have a lot of critiques about her. Daria is very insecure. Like, she is very insecure, and Raven would see that from a mile away. There's a lot of truths about herself that Daria has a hard time confronting. Raven confronts the truths about herself. For the most part. She has had her moments, like that episode where she wouldn't admit that she was scared. She has had her moments. Kind of weird that Daria is insecure while acting kind of smug. Not really. It's a coping mechanism. She says she's very much aware that she pushes people away because she's scared of them getting close. Like, that is something she has admitted to. You think you'll ever go over some anime? I think it's possible, but I don't see it happening anytime soon because anime is a nightmare to deal with when it comes to copyright. Here's a fight. Who would win at being a good neighbor? Superman or Hank? Superman. Superman has a lot more patience than Hank. Anime is a hit and miss a lot of times. Well, anime is more of a medium than it is a genre. I mean, there are a lot of tropes in anime, so a lot of us consider it a genre, but that's like saying any type of medium is hit and miss. Live action is hit or miss. Animation is hit or miss. Do you have a favorite anime? Detective Conan is my favorite anime. Followed closely by Digimon. What era did you play Yu-Gi-Oh? OG. OG and Generation X, but I didn't have the money to buy cards when Generation X was out. And then I started trying to play Synchro, but Synchro summoning and XYZ summoning I detest so much, and that's kind of why I fell out. Detective Conan, I'm genuinely surprised I could never get into Conan. I mean, I always tell people, like, take it with the mentality of Scooby-Doo. It's like a Japanese Scooby-Doo. You're supposed to go in and solve mysteries. There is a bigger plot, but the problem is that anime refuses to act like it's gonna end. That's something that really annoys me about Detective Conan. It does not want to end. Every time they even get a smidgen closer to solving the plot, they're like, you know what? No, we're not. We were just playing. Okay, entrance ceiling. Let me get a pole. Have you done any Invincible videos? No. People have asked, but like I can't. When Invincible came out, I didn't check it out until well after everyone else had. And at that point, everyone had pretty much said like anything worth saying. And I know, people don't necessarily care if you have something new to say. They just want to hear it in your style. But like when you don't have something new to say, it's harder to justify to yourself making a video on something. Yami versus Yugi in Duel Monsters. Yami Yugi versus Superman in Duel Monsters. Okay, a Tim cheats at Duel Monsters. That's why he always wins. That's his literal superpower is he cheats. They revealed that in the final duel of Yami versus Yugi. Yami has the power to draw the card he needs. The only person who was capable of beating him was Yugi himself. Bob Davis, thank you very much. Yu-Gi-Oh! GBA games were peak. I played one Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. It was on the, I want to say the PS3. And it wasn't like typical Duel Monsters. It was you would put your card on this map and you would make the card move forward and you had to figure things out. Like you had to randomly combine monsters to try and fuse them. And if it didn't work, the monster that was on the field just went to the graveyard. And I remember my Valentine in that game was so freaking difficult. Who's your favorite One Piece villain? Probably Arlong. But I don't really care for the One Piece villains that much. Should I try Conan one more time? I mean, I don't see why not, but you need to go in knowing like it's a casual experience that isn't meant to end. Because the problem with Conan is the plot is really, really good, but you can clearly tell they're not going to follow through on it. So it's just about having fun solving the mysteries. There we go. That one's done. So I kind of want to finish every unique thing on this entrance and then do the other side. So the ceiling is not unique, but I do want to like finish this corner. It doesn't matter for Superman to be honest. He's just going to calculate any outcome from Yugi and have a response to that Superman 2 OP. Well, Superman doesn't know how to play Duel Monsters. he would have to learn on the spot how to play Duel Monsters, and he would need a deck that works. And the problem is, like I said, Yami cheats. Any particular reason for Arlong? Again, I'm not too drawn to the villains in One Piece. The reason Arlong came to my head was because he was to me the most satisfying to defeat for the heroes to defeat. Because that whole thing with Nami like really hits me to this day. That Nami part is so good. Batman versus Kaiba. Batman's winning. If it's a battle of wits, Batman is not supposed to be outsmarted unless it's by like one of his rogues. Wait a second. These are the same wall. Never mind. I'll come back to you. I mainly just want this plaster or whatever it's called. Pilaster. There we go. Speaking of One Piece, are you up to date with it? No. No. I stopped watching One Piece after Alabaster because the pacing in Alabaster was awful. Specifically for the anime. And I don't really have the means to dive into manga. What's more interesting, heroes with superpowers or heroes without superpowers? Neither are inherently more interesting. That's all about the plot. Who's the most underrated, overrated in your favorite Batman villain? Well, my favorite is the Joker. I don't know if any of them are overrated. Ra's al Ghul might technically be the most underrated. Just because most people, even with Batman Begins, most people like don't really think about him. Oh, I've been wearing these headphones for a while, my ears are starting to feel it. Actually, I can wear them around my neck. Oh wait, I can't do that. I was turning the volume up so I could hear it. No, that works for you guys too. I didn't finish watching the GX stuff. I like GX because it was straight dueling, and then they started getting into season 2 with the there was some supernatural stuff in season 1 as well, but it was mostly about the dueling. It wasn't about the supernatural stuff. And I really enjoyed that. But then they started getting more into the supernatural stuff in season 2, and that's when I fell out of it. I don't want to be that guy, so I'll keep it short. The manga is what you would want to consume if you decide to try again. And the Shonen Jump app on your phone is phone to read it. Harley Quinn absolutely became overrated in the last couple of years. I mean, that's fair. Like, I like Harley Quinn, but yeah, I do think people like her too much. Specifically because of what she is outside of the Batman scope. Which Shafferless production video do you like and cried? I've never cried watching a Shafferless, a Shiny video. I've never cried. Shafferless tends to have opinions I agree with, but a lot of times I feel he over-exaggerates a lot of stuff. I mean, the one time I really disagreed with him was during the Elsa thing, but he deleted that video. Or privated it or whatever. I can't find it anymore. Yeah, the writers really squeezed her character. Pig most underrated, Ivy, Catwoman overrated, because they're only interesting when they're good or not doing villain stuff, and my favorite Scarecrow. Well, Catwoman is supposed to be like a nebulous villain, like very gray. Shafferless Megamind 2 video is hilarious. I prefer manga over comics because it's relatively easier to get into the story, unlike comics where it has different versions and needs you to know some of the story already. I mean, I see this discourse all the time on Twitter, and I'm like, that's fair. Honestly, I think, like, one of the big mistakes of comics is just not ending stuff. Obviously, I get why they do it, but like, I feel like a story needs a beginning and an end. They just wanted to keep going forever. Okay, both of these are done. Give Toy Story 1 out of 10, and give Toy Story 2 out of 10, and give Toy Story 3 out of 10. They're all 10 out of 10 movies for their time. When I say something is 10 out of 10, what I mean is, like, other similar movies should strive for that quality. I can't say I believe in, like, perfect art. I believe in perfect pieces to art, but I can't say I believe in, like, perfect art. The only thing is Toy Story 1's animation hasn't aged the best. Specifically on the humans. Like, the toys are still perfectly stylized fine. They're still perfectly fine because they're stylized. That's what I meant to say. Shady, what is a cartoon you regret ever watching? I regret watching? I can't say one is coming to mind that I regret watching. There are cartoons I don't like, but you can't find out you like them unless you watch them. How about one that you feel like you wasted your time instead? A cartoon where I feel like I wasted my time. Well, that's still a difficult one. What am I looking at? Well, presuming you're looking at your screen, you're looking at me play PowerWash Simulator. I think animation aging is irrelevant if it still manages to get its point across. It's still good. Well, you have shows like Jimmy Neutron, where because it was stylized animation, it aged perfectly fine. Like, it's not supposed to look realistic or anything like that. It's just supposed to convey what it wants to get across, but in a goofy manner. But when you have something that's shooting to look more realistic or more, I can't think of something else that wouldn't age gracefully, but when you have something that's shooting to do something like that, the flaws of it are much noticeable years later. Like, everybody notices the repeating backgrounds of the Flintstones and other Hanna-Barbera shows. Hanna-Barbera. Give thought on Gumball. It's a fun show. I need to sit down and watch it from start to finish. I've seen plenty of episodes, but not like chronologically. What are your thoughts on the new Pixar art style I've seen in Luca, Red, and now Elio? I haven't seen Red. The only one of those I've seen is Luca, and I mean the art style is fine in Luca. I loved Luca, but it wasn't because of the art style. It was because of the story. The story of just kids just being kids. I love those types of stories. I used to love slice of life anime. Just kids being themselves and trying to accomplish a very simplistic goal. My favorite manga of all time is Hikaru no Go. And it's just about, well, there's one supernatural element to it because there's a ghost involved, but ignoring that, it's just about a kid who starts playing the game Go and slowly over time gets good at it. And he constantly has these little goals that build up. And by the time you get to the end of the book, you're like, wow, remember when he was just in middle school and he just wanted to start a Go club? And that's all he wanted? Have you seen Rise of TMNT? I was avoiding it for a long time because I hate the leader Raph, but the fight scenes are about to break me. I saw the first episode when it first came out. I was like, yeah, that looks fun, but not something that would resonate with me personally. And then I saw the movie, which was really good, which was the finale to the series. I was like, oh, I should have watched that series. Yeah, I kind of don't like that they turned Leo into what they turned him into, but like separate from the rest of the TMNT lore, it works. Hikaru no Go is amazing. Yes, it is. Like, they gradually age up the characters as the manga goes on. Like, I was reading the chapter, like, I think it was like halfway through the series, and Hikaru makes a face, and I was like, that looks very different than how I'm used to picturing Hikaru. Wait. And I went and I grabbed the first volume, and I compared them. I was like, oh my goodness, he has grown so much, and I didn't even realize it. I didn't even see these pillars. Hold on, let me finish washing these. Let me start washing these. Hey, can you review South Park, please? We've been talking about South Park. I would need to find something that makes me want to review it. Because, like, I can try to just review stuff, but if I have no passion behind it, like, I can't really think of jokes or anything that makes my videos unique. I can't really think of those things. Thoughts on the original live-action Turtle trilogy? I did not see it. Live-action stuff really bored me as a kid. Even the live-action stuff I did watch as a kid, I don't remember. Like, I watched Beetleborgs. I don't remember it. I watched Power Rangers, and I don't remember it. And they kind of make Leo a smarter Mikey. Do you like reviewing older stuff rather than newer stuff? Well, I have more to say about older stuff because I watched cartoons a lot more when I was younger. Nowadays, my media diet is mostly YouTube stuff. So whenever I review something new, I have to actually go and watch it. But the good thing about new stuff is that it's easier to find. Oh, this pillar's done. I don't have my headphones on, so I didn't hear the ding. Uh-oh, I'm getting hungry. My stomach's starting to make noises. At least I got 35% more to go. Don't suppose you ever watched Gargoyles? I did, but I don't remember anything about it. I need to rewatch it. That's one a lot of people have been asking for reviews for. And I have no problem doing it. I just need to go and rewatch it. I have trouble with the time challenges. I don't even do the time challenges. This is a relaxing game for me, and time challenges just stress me out. Any thoughts on the web series? This question. I always get this. I saw the Boss one. I've never seen Has Been Hotel. I saw the sister series, the Boss one, and I lost interest because the series the series had so much potential in season 1, and then as season 2 continued, I was like, this series is so unfocused. Like, it keeps jumping around to other things without firmly establishing the other stuff it was supposed to establish. And I kept getting really mad because the series would be like, oh, this is the underworld, bad things happen and no one cares. And then it would be like, haha, you thought this wouldn't matter because this is the underworld. And I would get so mad. I was like, that's so cheating. Like, oh, you thought this character wouldn't care because they're a demon? Well, yeah, because you told me they didn't care because they're a demon. Are there any pieces of fiction besides Velma and She-Hulk you really hate? I despise the Barbie movie. I really do. And I was looking forward to the Barbie movie. I despise the Barbie movie because it tricked me. The advertising that I saw made it seem like it was going to be a silly Barbie movie. Like something like the Lego movie. Something to that aspect. And then the Barbie movie is so incoherent. Like, there are so many parts that just don't work together. And because they don't work together, because the movie is tripping over itself constantly, people saw different things in the movie. Some people are like, oh, it's promoting this message. And then other people are like, no, it's promoting the complete opposite message. And I'm like, it's clear what message it's trying to promote. It's just that it's tripping over itself in trying to promote it. So it seems like it's promoting the opposite. I was so mad at that movie, man. So I really wanted another Lego movie. I love the Lego movie. Have you thought about doing a video on Family Guy? No. I have no interest in doing a video on Family Guy. Oh, why am I see the floor and I start washing. That's not what I'm supposed to do. Have you ever seen Osmosis Jones? Yes, that movie grossed me out when I was a kid. My name is what? My name is who? My name is Osmosis Jones. Echo Chamber here, reporting for duty. You are late. Toy Story 3 is one of my favorite, and 4 unnecessary. Also unnecessary. Also, Toy Story 3 is not a rip of Toy Story 2. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a rip, but I think it's a retread. I think Your Movie Sucks made a very good argument for it retreading a lot of points of Toy Story 2. I still like it, and I think it's a perfect ending to the series, but he brought up some really good points. Will we ever see the true beauty of the man behind the glasses and the Doorag? There are other live streams where I've taken off my shades and my Doorag. There's literally a video called Under the Doorag where, because I wanted to give a serious talk about what was going on. This was way before I had as much subscribers as I do now. I wanted to give a serious talk about something. Whenever I give a serious talk about something, I would call it Under the Doorag. So I'd be like, this isn't me trying to entertain you. This is me like talking about something serious. Ever considered doing a video on American Dragon Jake Long? Possible. I mean, I gotta see what's gonna happen with Fillmore, because Fillmore seems like it could go places. It didn't do quote unquote well. It just performed moderately on the channel. For the way I judge videos is if they get over 100K in less than a week, they're doing well. Like my best videos, that's what they do. If they get 100K, but it takes them a month. If they get 100K in less than a month, then they did moderately. If they don't get 100K with it by the time a month has passed, they did poorly. Because that's generally what with how my channel goes. That's generally how those videos do. So I need to make more Fillmore videos, because right now it looks like they're on the track to doing moderately to poorly. But I need to see. Sometimes it's not the video topic's fault. Sometimes it's just because I haven't been uploading or something like that. Also, I shouldn't, because I've had this philosophy a long time. I don't just do popular stuff. Like, I try to do a variety of stuff because that draws in different people. Like, just because everybody wants to see a Justice League video, that doesn't mean I shouldn't do other videos. Because the fans of other shows will also watch the Justice League videos. Oh, this ceiling. The problem is this is too... Try green, see if that works. I'm not getting enough surface area. The ceiling's so freaking high. What Muppet movie is your favorite? The Muppet movies I have in my memory are the Muppet movie and Most Wanted. The other Muppet movies, and Muppets in Space. Oh, and Treasure Island's probably the answer to that question. Muppet Treasure Island, that's what it's called. Which one do you think was better, Justice League or Teen Titans? Sometimes this question annoys me. The objectively best superhero show is Justice League. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. I prefer Teen Titans. Teen Titans is my favorite superhero show. But Justice League is objectively the best superhero show. Superhero cartoon. I am using the right. Yeah, I'm using the Pro. The ceiling's just too high. Also, Muppet Christmas Carol is the best. Muppet Christmas Carol's good. It's not my favorite though. Still waiting for a Batman the Animated Series video. That was one of the contenders that could have came out today, but I didn't get it done. I have something slightly different for a Batman video. But yeah, that was one of the contenders. The script though isn't for Batman, it's for a different show. And by that I mean the script that I had done, the other contender, that one was not for Batman, that was for a different show. I was talking about that earlier in the stream. In the Inzuma 11, no, I've never heard of it. Do you like Batman Beyond? The answer to that question is no, but I don't dislike it. The thing is, I don't have much memory of it. When it was out, I didn't really watch it that much. I didn't really start watching DC stuff until Static Shock. And the only Marvel thing really I watched in the 90s was Spider-Man. So Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, and Batman Beyond, I don't have much memory of. Then Static Shock came out. I watched Static Shock a lot. Like I tried to catch it every time it was on TV. And Justice League, I watched so much Justice League. I have Justice League. I have the entire series sitting on my shelf over there. Is my question invisible in chat? No, I can see it as far as I know. Unless you mean a different question. Will we get a second Boondocks video? I have half a script written for a Boondocks episode. Boondocks is so difficult because they swear all the time in Boondocks. And I don't like curse words in my videos. So I'm trying to edit around them. There is one video that there is one episode that people have constantly been requesting for with the Boondocks, and I'm trying to write a script for that. I've written about half of one, but I got to that point where I was like, should I really do this? Like that happens a lot with my scripts where I just stop halfway through and I'm like, do I really want to do this? My stomach making noises. Shady Doorags, which black heroes are your favorite? Well, I'm pretty partial to Cyborg and Static Shock. But, like, I prefer Gear over Static, and I prefer Robin over Cyborg. Okay, I just want the outer ceiling. I don't need the inner ceiling right now. I was always upset that there ain't much Static Shock going around. I always remember delighted to see that episode of JLU where they go to the future and see 40-year-old Static. I mean, yeah, DC's kind of sitting on a gold mine with that one. They could easily please millennials and do what Black Panther did and talk about what a lot of people see as black issues. I sound like a broken record, but have you considered Duckman? I have not reviewed Duckman. I've never seen Duckman. And I don't know where to find Duckman. The charcoal artists go crazy in this house? Well, this isn't a house. This is a temple. And if you'll look out right outside... yeah, there's a volcano right there. So, you know. Active smut. Soot. That's what it is. Wow. I meant to say soot. Oh, remember how I just said this is a family-friendly channel? Oh, jeez. And there is lore to this game. You have to play the adventure mode to go find it. It's fun lore. It doesn't really affect the gameplay. It just kind of tells you, like, why some of the later jobs are happening. Because, like, this one is a temple. It's a really strange request to get to clean the temple. This is, like I said earlier, this is the final level if you play the adventure mode. I find the lure weird mainly because you don't use water on volcanic ash. I mean, you shouldn't, yeah. You can, but you shouldn't. In this place, it wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, ash, game theory talks about this. Ash doesn't mix with water. So if it goes down the drain, it's just going to get... or ash doesn't separate from water is what it is. So if it goes down the drain, it's going to get into the sewer system. Jeez, there's still a lot on the... Oh, I haven't done that entire section. That's why. It's like, oh, there's still a lot on the outer ceiling. Yeah. Blue Eyes of Dark Magician. Dark Magician. Dark Magician has always been my favorite duel monster. Aerial race swap, it's a stupid idea. That's like race swapping Cyborg in Asia or White. I mean, you could do race swaps. It's just there's a time and a place for them. And if you're doing a remake of one of Disney's most famous iconic princesses, who is known for being a Caucasian redhead, that's not the time and place for it. If you're specifically trying to remind people of your old work, which Disney was. They were trying to elicit nostalgia. I said before, and I'll say it again. Like the more iconic a look is, the more pushback you're going to get when you change that iconic look. That includes race. say that, but there's still like a lot left. Geez, was that ceiling a whole 10%? Last I looked at the percentage, it said 65. And we're almost done with the ceiling, and now it's close to 75. Favorite weapon if you were in a fantasy setting? I'm pretty partial to the rapier. The curved sword also looks pretty cool. What is your favorite Walt Disney animated movie of all time? So my top 5 movies are constantly switching back and forth, but that is between Aladdin, Wreck-It Ralph, Hercules, and a Goofy movie. Those are all 4 movies I cannot get enough of. Superpower of choice. Immortality is always the most immortality is always the most like appealing one to me. Specifically non-aging immortality. Like eternal comfort is always what I describe it as. But if it was like day-to-day use, Spider-Man's powers are well, my favorite superpower is like the ability to control water, but Spider-Man's powers have also always appealed to me. I would just need built-in web shooters and unlimited fluid. But yeah, the ability to control water for my body to become water, that is always a superpower that has resonated with me. But I'd say at the top of the list is immortality. Or reincarnation. Ice powers all day. Where if you have the ability to control water molecules, ice powers would be included in that. So this yellow part is still part of the outer ceiling. March is right around the corner. I am very excited for that. April was not the best month for me. I had to get a lot of dental work done this April. And also, I was working because I'm doing the weight loss thing. But April was not about weight loss. April was about getting my metabolism back up. Now my metabolism's back up, so come March, I should be able to melt that weight off. Shady's gonna bloodbend us. Oh no. Bloodbending is taboo, thank you very much. I'm not like Tara. I'm not just gonna do a taboo thing just because I'm angry at someone. Mine is the ability to change and shift my body at will and being able to evolve. Oh, did I say March? Yeah, May. When is your birthday? The websites keep getting this wrong. My birthday is on September 20th. The websites keep getting that wrong. Like, I keep looking at websites like, oh, Shady Doorags' birthday is September 18th. I'm like, I didn't tell anybody that. Where did you get that information from? Because I've done birthday streams, but I always say on those streams, oh, it's not my birthday today, but it is my birthday sometime this week. Unlike Katara, you are actually a good person, Shady. Well, Katara's a good person. She just has she lets her emotions determine her actions. And that's something I don't really do. I'm a logos guy. So when Katara is angry enough, she will absolutely break taboos. Katara is neutral good. Aang is chaotic good. Sokka is debatable. You could put Sokka in lawful good. Because he's got kind of an inner code to him, but I think he's more neutral good. Toph is definitely chaotic good. Zuko's also a weird one because Zuko is all about honor and whatnot, but like when you look at his actions, he doesn't care about other people's honor. He cares about his honor specifically. Like Aang's like, oh, I can never kill. He's like, who cares? Alright, I guess I need the ladder for this. Oh wait, I didn't even finish the ceiling. I got distracted. Yeah, people forget Katara used bloodbending a second time against her mother's killer. Well, she used it against the captain of that boat, who she thought was her mother's killer. She didn't use it on her mother's killer. And somebody put out an interesting theory, which I believe it's really well thought out, that the reason the Fire Nation came to the Southern Water Tribe wasn't for Katara. It was for I think her name's Hama, whoever the bloodbender lady is. It was for her because she had escaped. It's like nobody would have told. How would word have gotten out to the Fire Nation that there was a young waterbender? And that's why that dude wasn't taking prisoners like last time. He took, every other time in the Southern Water Tribe they took prisoners, and it's why he was willing to believe that Katara's mother was the new was the waterbender. He was looking for the escaped prisoner. Like, that's actually a really good theory. Aang is neutral good because airbender philosophy. Well, there are parts of... Aang is way more chaotic, though. Like, Aang loves getting into trouble. I'm not mad at an Aang is good. Aang is neutral good conclusion. I can see it. I might be willing to convince myself of it later. Okay, this atrium ceiling, outer ceiling, I'm going to need you to finish because you are like the biggest thing in this whole level. Honestly, Katara getting jealous and petty with Aang being better at waterbending right away and stealing a scroll to one-up him was very human and understandable. Good to see she was infallible. Katara has very human moments. I've said in my videos, like, me personally, I'm less forgiving of Katara's flaws because I disagree with her philosophy, which is she's very emotional. But I still think she's one of the greatest characters I've ever seen. Greatest written, even. I left out that word. One of the greatest written characters I've ever seen. If you could box any animated character, who would it be? I don't want to box anybody. I'm not a pacifist, but I don't like violence. I don't like real violence. Like, fictional violence is fine. And I don't deal with confrontation very well. There we go. Oh, that felt good. Have you ever played Bioshock? No. It kind of creeps me out. I don't think I ever will. Alright, I think I need to go up for this because I gotta aim down to shoot certain parts. Avatar State Aang versus Sage Mode Naruto. Okay. Naruto... Avatar characters do not scale with the Naruto verse. The Naruto verse characters are way too powerful. Okay, I guess I don't. Is there a ladder? Because I feel like I need to shoot down, but you can't aim. Maybe if I jump on the statue. I'm going to try that. Shady, have you seen any of the Gundam entries, and do you have a favorite mobile suit? No, I didn't like Gundam. I tried to watch it as a kid, and I didn't like it. There we go. Now I can aim. This statue is literally the only way you can aim up here. Was there anything in Legend of Korra that you actually liked? Yeah, I liked the first season until the final episode. I liked pro bending. I liked the plot of the first season. The main thing I didn't like in the first season was the I'm the Avatar, you gotta deal with it part. Like, because I think that destroys the lore. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that destroys the lore of Atla. And I also don't like Korra herself. Like, the first couple of episodes of Korra actually were very infuriating to me. But, like, once you got past those first episodes, Atla's fine until they got to the very last episode of season 1. That last episode just destroys stuff. Also, my stomach is still making noise. I have to say that out loud, so I don't want y'all thinking I'm, like, farting in the microphone. Avatar 1 destroys the lore. Yes, he does. Yes, I mean, Legend of Korra in general destroys Atla lore. Okay, I think I got all I can up here. I just want to make sure I get those parts, because, like, it would drive me nuts if I tried to clean that part, and then it's like, oh, the part you're missing is a part you can't reach from below. How high is your horror tolerance? I wasn't much of a horror guy growing up. As an adult, I find myself watching a bit more of it and, like, not being scared, but not really for, like, movies and such, mainly for video games. Like, I watch people play horror games. I don't generally play them myself. I imagine if I tried playing horror games myself, and I didn't know what was coming, because, like, in Poppy Playtime, Chapter 1 and 2, I knew what was coming because I saw other people play it. If I play it myself and I didn't know what was coming, I would probably find it very stressful, and I don't like stress in general. But I would need to see, like, Chapter 3, I still haven't played Chapter 3 of Poppy Playtime, and I have not seen anybody's playthrough of Chapter 3. So I kind of want to play it for a stream on the second channel, or not a stream, a video on the second channel. There was a fly there. I don't think I got it. All right, that one's done. All righty then. Whew. All right, folks, we are going to call it there. It's been almost 3 hours, and I'm really getting hungry. My stomach is getting really loud. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Appreciate you guys here. Appreciate your patience on those videos that are coming. Freaking flies, man. I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. I had a good time. I appreciate all the donations and whatnot. Bad day for you too, Shady? Not really. Having a pretty good day, but the week wasn't what I wanted to be, so that's why I came out. I decided to stream today, kind of mellow out, so I can starting like either tomorrow or a couple of days from now, I can get back to making the videos I'm supposed to be making. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. It's always difficult to end these live streams. Just gotta say the outro, Shady. This has been Shady Doorags. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.